Hello and welcome to this edition of the FX Financial Hangout. Hello, Alan. How are you doing today?
Happy day, Stacy. I'm very well. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good. Alan's the CEO of FX Financial, and I was just having a chat with him the other day about the financing proposal process, and we thought it's a great topic to kind of discuss. What's the value of a financing proposal, and what part does it play in the equipment purchase? So that's the point of today, and I thought Alan could enlighten us a little bit. First of all, Alan, what is a financing proposal?
Well, a financing proposal generally seeks to answer one of the great questions of mankind. Why are we here?
Questions of mankind, like of all time?
Why are we here? Are we alone in the universe? And how much can I afford?
Oh, and how much can I afford? Okay.
And generally speaking, it answers the question, how much can I afford of what I want to get?
Okay. So when do you do a financing proposal?
You know, anytime, especially in the entertainment technology, our assets, our equipment is very, very expensive. And so it's a very capital-intensive fixed asset. So anytime a customer goes out and starts contemplating a purchase for new equipment, they need to start thinking about payment options. Even if it's their intention to pay cash, they should step out and also get a financing proposal.
Okay. And how does the financing proposal tell somebody or a buyer of entertainment technology how much they can afford? How does it answer that question?
Well, that's the general intent of the financing proposal. And after that, it serves a number of other different other objectives just to benefit the customer. One, it breaks down the equipment into monthly costs. Whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, the customer sees each monthly payment over the different terms of financing. So if they need $100,000 worth of lights, they know what their monthly budget is, and they see the 5-year monthly payment, they say, oh, of course I can afford that. Or if they're going to pay cash, and they see a monthly payment and they start thinking, you know, the rates are so low right now, it may be a better idea to hold on to my cash and finance this over X number of years.
Okay, so the financing proposal is something that you generate that gives them kind of the prevailing interest rate as it's applied to their situation or array of situations?
Yeah, it's based on present day rates, and it's based on, let's not get too deep into the weeds, but on today's rates, and it's based on the equipment of our industry, how it's being used, you know, the structure of the customer, you know, is it a permanent installation or they're a production company? It takes all of those things into account when we generate the proposal.
Okay, and how do you assess those things? What's the process for you gathering that information so that you can tell them what the rates are?
Well, sometimes it starts with an email. You know, maybe it's someone I worked with before, they were a vendor or a manufacturer. So, you know, I'll get an email that will say, hey, I'm looking to buy this equipment for this much. Can you talk to me about financing? And I will go back and forth a couple of times on emails. But almost in every case, I'll pick up the phone and call them. And then the reason I want to talk to them as opposed to going back and forth on an email is because you know, you get more in-depth questions and more in-depth answers if you're talking to somebody. Something that may take, you know, a minute is just a few seconds of a conversation. So I don't want to lose that person-to-person touch and to get to know as much as I can about the customer so their financing proposal is as accurate as possible.
Okay, and what kinds of things will the customer tell you that's going to impact the financing proposal? What kinds of things are you assessing during that call?
You know, how long have they been in business? You know, first and foremost, is financing practical for them? Is it even an option? And, you know, if they're a brand new business, you know, maybe you know, talking to a third-party lender isn't their best avenue for getting money. You know, what are they going to use the equipment for? Is it going to be in their demo stock? Is it going to go out on the road as a rental, a dry rental all the time? Will it be part of a permanent installation? Are we talking to a theater or a museum? Those are the types of information that's better for a conversation. And they'll say things like, yeah, it's part of a installation. There's also going to be, lighting, audio, video. Can we wrap this into it? How about cost like installation? Can that be included? All of those things affect the proposal. And it's just hard to do on email. So I always try to call somebody so we can have a really good conversation.
Okay, and then those types of things give you the pieces of information you need to get research and get them back the answers about how much it really will cost them.
Yeah, that information gives me a really good idea, so the proposal will be as accurate as possible.
Okay.
It's a non-binding proposal, but I don't want to give them something that's only 80% accurate. I want to be as close to 100% as accurate as I can, because they're going to base their purchase decision based on what they give them. So the information I gather from them is very important.
Got it. And how long does it take you to turn around a proposal after you talk to somebody?
Oh, max 1 business day. Usually, if we have the conversation in the morning, they'll get the proposal in the morning. Same rule for the afternoon. And the proposal will be in their name, their address. It'll be today's date, today's rates, today's monthly payments. It'll list everything we talked about in terms of requirements to qualify. That'll be listed on the proposal. And any other additional information that's pertinent to the situation is on that one-page proposal. And it has my signature on it, and it's something they can rely on for 30, 45 days.
So then once they have that, they've got the information that they need to decide, okay, should I indeed pay cash for this? Am I qualified to purchase? If I went and used a third-party lender, what's it going to cost me if I went with this duration or this duration of time? They'll have all the facts and figures that they need to really plan appropriately and decide the best avenue for them to go, which may or may not be financing. Is that right?
Yeah, they may decide that, well, we probably aren't going to qualify for this, or, we're flush in cash right now. I'd rather pay cash, and even though the financing looks okay, maybe next time. Or quite frankly, they may be looking at their bank line of credit and saying, we're going to compare this to this. I want to preserve my bank line for expenses of the company. Is this a viable option? And that's very important. It's just as important as what features are the equipment going to have. When you start shopping, start looking at gear, you also need to start looking at methods of payment, so you can make decisions for your company.
Okay, and so it really is just a key point of information that they should be investigating, helps them kind of put the puzzle of the purchase together for them, and no harm, no foul. It's a no obligation kind of essential piece of information that can help them get the right mix of equipment.
Yeah, and, it's emailed over to them as a PDF. They have it on hand. It's really part of the very initial decision when you're buying equipment.
Okay, how does someone get started if they want to get a proposal put together?
Well, they can always email me at Alan, ALAN, at fx-financial.com. It's also at the website that you see on the bottom of the screen. Or feel free to call me direct at 512-481-0227. I'm always delighted to hear from customers.
Excellent. Well, thank you for answering one of life's biggest questions. How much can I afford?
One day to go.
That's great. Okay, well, hopefully if you have any questions about the financing proposal or have an interest in purchasing equipment, Alan's a great place to kind of get you going and get started. You know how to contact him, and thanks for explaining it to us, Alan. I also have, there's a link, isn't there, that describes a little bit more on your Google Plus page, right?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so we've got this already. I'll add that to the video.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, till next time. Thanks so much.
Bye, Stacy.